Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back, and this is going to be the first in a line of special videos, so to speak, that come out on the 5th Sunday of every month. So if there is a 5th Sunday in the month, I'll be making a different video that's not, product or app or game review. So the first one here is going to be a what's on my iPhone video. I figured it'd be a fitting start because I obviously make a lot of app and game reviews for the iPhone, so I figured it'd be interesting to see what I have on it. So just to start, I have a 64 gig iPhone 6s space gray, and I have a Spigen thin fit case on it. I love this case. There'll be a video on that either next week or next month. I've made a lot of case videos, so I might push it back a little bit, but I just got that, a replacement for my original one, a couple of days ago. Now, starting on the lock screen here, you'll see I have a lot of widgets. I love the new iOS 10 widgets. I use them all the time. You'll see I have a dark sky widget here for keeping up with the weather. I have my Apple Music widget here, which doesn't seem to be loading, but that does work just dandy. I have my ESPN widget here, so I can keep up with all my sports scores. I have Strava here. I've been getting into cycling and probably running over the winter, because I figured I do basically no exercise, so you'll see I have a couple of fitness type apps that I'm trying to get into using. We have Shazam here, which is great because I no longer have to keep Shazam anywhere near my front page because I can just get to it right from the widget panel here. You have Apple News, which I've started using over Flipboard just because it's something different and I really like the big, bold style. There's Fantastical here, which is my calendar app of choice, so I have the widget to keep up with all my reminders and calendar events. We have travel times from Google Maps here, so I can see how long it takes me to get to work and to my house. And then we'll have Evernote here, where you'll see I have all of my notes, and I can get to them quickly from there. Stowcard, where I keep all my loyalty cards, so I can get to those quickly. We have this weird little dinosaur game here, which you can basically play right within the widget panel, which is kind of nice, I guess. I don't really use it a whole lot, but every once in a while when I'm scrolling through here, it's kind of cool to look at. DirecTV, which still doesn't work at all. And the Pedometer Plus app, so I can keep up with my steps. And then, since I'm an egotistical maniac here, I have a subscriber count app that shows me my live subscriber count feed. So starting off on the first page here, you'll see I have all of the apps I use most often for obvious reasons. We have Fantastical, we have 1Password, we have my banking app, we have settings, Google Maps, which I use Google Maps if I am going in and looking around doing stuff within the app, but if I'm using it for navigation, I do prefer Apple Maps. Just for whatever reason, it seems to work better for me. Safari there. We have Photos. We have Find My Friends, which is just kind of cool. I know people find it creepy, but it's kind of entertaining. Apple Maps. 1 second every day, which I started on New Year's Day this year, and I've been doing it every day. It's just really cool. At the end of, you basically record a 1 second video every day, you add them all together, and then at the end of however long you do it for, you'll have a little video. It's just kind of neat. Strava here, we have health, because again I've been trying to get a little healthier. We have ESPN, we have news, we have Evernote, Time Hop, which is really nice for keeping, just looking back. I love that it hooks up with Google Photos because I don't post a whole lot on social media, so that way I still get something cool to look at. I can see all the pictures I've taken because I really love taking pictures. We have Amazon because I have a problem. We have Airmail, which I've gone back to just because the mail app I had, it really completely stopped working. It doesn't even send me notifications anymore, which is kind of a problem. So I've had to revert back to Airmail. We have iFunny, which is great. We have Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. I use Tweetbot for Twitter just because I like some of the things. Basically just that it keeps all your tweets in a line, your timeline, instead of trying to pick what it thinks you want to do. By the way, little pissed at Twitter for closing down Vine. Couldn't they just keep it open and just never update it? Just keep it around for the sake of having it around, make people happy. Doesn't seem like it's that hard, does it? They can probably afford it. I know they're bankrupt, but still. We have the App Store because I like browsing apps. We have the YouTube Studio app so I can keep up with my channel. We have the YouTube app so I can watch other people's channels. We have the Google Search app, which I'm in all the time. These 4 apps are probably the most used here. We have Messages, so I can talk to people, the people that I talk to. We have Apple Music, which I use all the time. In the car, at home, I love Apple Music. It's amazing. Second page here, we have Snapseed, which is my photo editing app of choice. We have GarageBand, iMovie, Pixelmator, Google Drive, iCloud Drive, Sweet Video, which is a color grading app that I don't really use, but it does kind of work. I'm not really happy with the results of it. I used it for the first few videos on the channel, but I haven't been a big fan since. Videorama I use for every video on the channel. It's however like text and photos. It's an amazing app. There'll be a video on that eventually. I really love it. That and iMovie are mainly what I use to make the videos. We have Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Instant Video, DirecTV. As you can see, we kind of got a media area here. We got a video creation media area. We have the TNT app, which if you don't know is a great place to find a bunch of movies. They always have like on-demand movies on there, some really big blockbuster movies and stuff. Not anything like Netflix or Hulu, but if you have a cable sign-in, you'll be able to watch all sorts of movies on there. We have MLB.TV. We have the Yahoo Video Guide app, podcasts, which I go in and out of using. Most of the time I don't use it, but I watch the Apple keynotes, and some other podcasts like Ear Biscuits in there. We have the phone, because it is still technically a phone, even though I barely use that. We have Sleep Cycle, which I've downloaded again, and I'm trying to get back into using it. They've updated it now, so you don't have to have it open. It works in the background, so you can use other stuff. Because what I'd always do was I'd be watching YouTube on my phone, and then I'd end up falling asleep before I realized to like start it, so I never ended up getting anywhere. Now I can start it and then do whatever else I was doing on my phone, and it'll just basically do it after I fall asleep, which is useful. It's just kind of cool. It basically analyzes your sleep, for those of you who don't know. Probably make a video on that eventually. 7-minute workout. I haven't used that in a while, but I did for quite a few days straight. It's really good. The problem is that there's not a lot of variation. There's only like 2 sets of workouts. That, and again, I'm pretty lazy. We have the Wegmans app, so I can keep up my shopping lists. We have Genius, which I've showed before. Google Photos, which is amazing. It backs up all your photos, which is phenomenal. Kik, which I kind of hate Kik because they won't add quick response to their app, and it still doesn't open into the conversation I click on when I click on a notification. But my friends use it, so it's there. We have Mint, which I got to get back into using. It basically lets you budget out all of your money and keep track of your spending and stuff like that. Really, really nice app. It's got some issues, but it does work. So then basically on the third page here are all of my games. I have a bunch of games on here. I don't play a lot of them. I have Real Racing, Vainglory, Reckless Racing 3, which is amazing, Bike Race, which is probably one of my favorite games ever. There's a Flappy Bird emulator. There's Balloons Tower Defense 5, Doodle Jump, Monument Valley, Fruit Ninja, Clash of Clans, which is great, GTA Liberty City Stories, Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, Minecraft, Alto's Adventure, Quiz Up. We have this weird hill climbing. It's basically just like Hill Climb, but they're like, I don't know, different graphics and a little bit different. 8-Ball Pool, Crossy Road, Parking Mania. I have a game folder for like the overflow games that don't fit on the page. We have Madden Mobile and Cube Runner. We have this Battleship, like fake Battleship emulator thing that's kind of fun. Song Pop is really cool. You just basically guess the songs. It plays you a short clip and you gotta guess it before the other person. NFL Fantasy Football, because I like fantasy football. Pokemon Go, which is my favorite iPhone game ever. Although I don't really play it anymore. I probably will when the weather warms up a bit more, but I do like that. And then on the next page here, we basically have Facebook Messenger, Hangouts, Skype, Google+, basically have some messaging stuff, some social media stuff, Vine, rest in peace, Vine. We have 500px, Instagram, the actual Twitter app, because there's some stuff I can't do in Tweetbot. We have Clock, Notes, Steam, my AT&T, so I can keep up with my data usage. We have the Apple Store app, so I can browse things that I can't afford. We have Remote, so I can control my computer, which I generally don't do, but it's kind of cool to have. We have the Xbox app, so I can see if my friends are online, I can send messages, stuff like that. Chrome Remote Desktop's the best remote desktop app I've been able to find. I use some other stuff, but this is the fastest, and it's really easy. You just install an extension in Chrome, and it just works. We have Periscope here, which is kind of entertaining. I used it a lot when it first came out. I haven't really used it a whole lot since. We have the Score, Deliveries, which is great for keeping track of your deliveries if you order way too much stuff like I do. We have Flipboard, which I moved back from my main screen now that I have Apple News up there. We We have Domino's because I love pizza and Domino's has cheap, good pizza. We have Find My iPhone, which is great in case I ever lose my iPhone, or I can find, my brother's phone, or any number of things. It's pretty useful. Apple Wallet here, which is great for Apple Pay, which I absolutely love Apple Pay. I can get to my debit card, my loyalty cards, and stuff in there. The bee just flew by my head. That's great. Stowcard, which is the app I showed in my widget panel. Basically, it keeps all your loyalty cards. You can add pretty much any loyalty card you want into that. And then the cashier can just scan your phone instead of having to have 100 loyalty cards in your wallet. Generally, I don't use loyalty cards, but in theory, they're there if I need them. So then on the next page here, we have the Xbox 360 Smart Glass app. We have eBay, Compass, Pushbullet, Pocket, Craigslist. We have Google Translate, Ancestry, which is cool because my mom is really into genealogy. I can see my family tree right there. The geocaching app, which is great fun. I love geocaching occasionally. It's just fun to hunt around. Hooked is a really cool, it's a story app, but they do stories like in the way of text messages. So it's kind of cool. It's just a different take on storytelling. We have Taser, Speedcam, we have Turn Down for What, Twitch, FaceTime, GoDaddy, Docs, Pages, Biggles, and SoundCloud. All more or less apps I don't use a whole lot, but I want them here. And then the last page here is this Apple folder here, which has a bunch of stuff that I don't actually need the app, but I need it on my phone to do various things, like things for the widgets and stock apps, which I know I can delete, but I don't want to. And then things like Fandango, Dark Sky, and Shazam that are basically the same kind of thing. And then just basically some stuff that I'm trying out. So things like Map My Ride that I was testing out. I've kind of settled on Strava, but I downloaded all of these ones just to give them a try, see which one I like best. Candid is an app I've entered some giveaways on for YouTube, but just I still have it. HUD Widget's a kind of cool app that basically gives you a HUD for your car when you're driving. I haven't really used it, but it's kind of a neat idea, so I have it. Snow Haze, which is an app, the developer actually sent me a code to download, which was really nice of them. There'll be a video coming up on that very soon. I just haven't had time to make it yet. We have the heart rate free app, which basically just lets your phone track your heart rate. It's really cool. It does it with the camera and the flash, so you get a actually surprisingly accurate heart rate reading out of that just from your phone. We have VR Car Sim, for if you have a VR headset like Google Cardboard, you can basically drive a car around. Pretty cool. And then Sonic CD, which is the free game of the week. So I have that. I'm pretty sure I had it before, but I just re-downloaded it just in case. So that basically covers it. That's everything I have on my iPhone. Hopefully you found it entertaining. I just reorganized it. I try to keep it somewhat so the apps I use most are where I need them. And then I just put the overflow towards the back. So if you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing, as I really appreciate it. I make new videos every Sunday, so I definitely like to see you back next week. But until then,
Ooh, what my accident?